recently evaluated the security of 6 solar or photovoltaic power generation systems by disassembling the devices and analyzing the hardware. 3 out of the 6 devices we analyzed used off-the-shelf designs with pre-built modules for various parts, including their communication box, Wi-Fi dongle, and LoRa module. 3 of the devices used Espressif ESP32 as their microcontroller unit for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. The Espressif ESP32 has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi related vulnerabilities that have already been fixed. When exploited in unpatched devices, the ESP32 Bluetooth vulnerability can lead to remote code execution, while the ESP32 Wi-Fi vulnerability can lead to a device crash or a denial of service attack. Here's what we've uncovered in our investigation of solar devices. FOCOS ABPLC CAN AnyBridge is based on Espressif ESP32 VROM32UE. We were not able to siphon firmware data without unmounting the chip. However, we noticed that the debug messages are enabled and can be read through the RS-232 pins. If an attacker gains access to these messages, they could use the information to launch attacks. The chip processes Bluetooth when connected with the FOCOS mobile app and Wi-Fi connections and telemetric readings. The Solarc Wi-Fi dongle is also based on Espressif ESP32. It converts messages from a standard serial port to Wi-Fi and Ethernet ports. We weren't able to access the dongle's firmware data. Messages pass through to the communication modules inside the string inverter. The VE Direct LoRaWAN model is based on PyCom LoPi 4, a popular chip that enables LoRa, Sigfox, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth connectivity. It runs MicroPython, an embedded version of the Python programming language. We connected to the Universal Asynchronous Receiver transmitter and downloaded all the files using PyCom's open source toolset. After inspecting its code, we found that it correctly uses LoRa over-the-air activation for device authentication. Therefore, we didn't see potential security concerns. 3 of the manufacturers we evaluated, namely Schneider Electric, Outback Power, and Midnight Solar, designed their own custom-printed circuit boards that host their device's web interface, monitoring, and communication functions. Schneider Electric's Connext ComBox, a discontinued device, uses an NXP LCP2468. The Outback Mate 3S runs on an MK66FX1, along with an STM32. The final device was the Midnight Classic that uses an NXP LCP2366. Our investigation of select solar power generation systems uncovered the use of standard reference designs in half of our sample set, which is typically associated with amateur use, is unexpected. However, it should be noted that the use of the off-the-shelf design doesn't necessarily mean that it's insecure. In fact, due to the widespread use of such hardware, it's likely that it's more exposed to scrutiny and assessment, which could lead to vulnerabilities being identified faster. Meanwhile, it's possible for PCBs to have undetected vulnerabilities because they're not as widely examined. Stay protected against security threats and risks. Learn more about photovoltaic power generation systems in our report.